Lovely. Hi, Kira. So we're just going to start off just by walking on the spot to get going. So just nice and gentle walk. You pick the speed, you pick the tempo. So I was saying this is our brand new class for February, this session. So we've got the first half is the same as it has been, getting us warm and mobilised. And the second half, we've got more of a yoga focus through this month. So very, very gentle, lots of stretching. It should feel really, really nice. Okay, so we're going to go straight into heel dips. You're just going to dip the heel down in front. Nice low angle here. We're not trying to stretch out too much here. Just gently warm up the ankle, toe towards the sky. Good. Lovely. Set my watch up. Perfect. Good. Just a couple more here. Okay, so let's change these now into side taps. So just tapping the toe lightly out to the side. Perfect. Again, we're not worried about range. We're just warming ourselves up. Perfect. Staying with this. So I'm letting my arms just kind of flow naturally at this point. There's no specific order, whatever feels good. Good. Lovely, just a few more. Good. Okay, so we're going to change this now into tap back. So we're just going to tap the toe lightly behind. So we're not going for crazy range, just lightly tapping behind. Good. Perfect. Great. Staying with this. So I was really kind of just warming up and moving the posterior chain here. Back of the legs, everything's going to work. Good. A few more. Lovely. Okay, so just bring this back into a walk now. Again, your pace, we're just gently warming ourselves up here. Good. So when you're ready, we're going to bring in our shoulder rolls. Just going to bring the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them back down. So just keep moving this round. Should feel nice, get rid of any stress you've got holding the top of your shoulders and your back. Good. Nice big circles. Lovely, these are great. Good. Okay, on this next one, when we hit the top, we're going to go back the other way. Really nice big shrug of the shoulders, letting them drop. Good, perfect. Lovely, legs are still going, nice and gentle. Well done. Let's go for 2 more circles. Great. Okay, so we're now going to go in with single arm circles. So we're going to start with my right arm. It's going to lift the arm up, getting it as close to the ear as you can, bringing it back round. Nice big circles. So don't worry too much about what your range is here. I want it to be comfortable, just lightly opening out, stretching the arms. Good. Looking out for any ceiling lights. Great. Let's go 2 more big circles, then we'll go back in the opposite direction. So again, when you hit the top, back down you come. Great. Good. Lovely. Let's go for 4 more like this. 3, good. 2, lovely. Last one. Perfect. Give that arm a shake and we'll carry on with the opposite arm. So lifting that arm up, nice big circles, trying to reach the ear if we can. Good, brilliant. Really noticing how our range has kind of improved when we first started doing these classes. Oh, good few months ago now. 4, I think we're in the 4th month. Brilliant. Lovely. Great, let's go 2 more in this direction. Again, nice big range. Perfect. Okay, and then when you hit the top, we go back the other way. Perfect. Good. This looks great. Staying with it, legs still moving. Good. Let's go for 2 more. Brilliant. Perfect. On that last one, give the arm a little shake. We're going to finish off with a double arm, so I'm pretty sure everyone's comfortable with that now. So if we are, both arms come up together nice and wide and round. If this is too much, please do drop down to a single arm. and just change arms each time. Good. Nice. So really seeing how this is feeling in the shoulders and the upper back as we move through this movement. Great. Let's go 2 more and then we'll go the other way. Well done. And when you hit the top, back in the opposite direction, coming down, pulling up, really feel it stretch across the chest as well during this. Good. Well done. Lovely. Perfect. 2 more. Nice big circles. Great. And when you're finished, arms come down, give them a little shake. Perfect. The next one we've got is our torso twist. So we're going to come across with the arm. Imagine you're pushing away. Slight twist through the top of the body and your hips. You can get your hips to come with you if you like this. Or you can keep your hips central, whatever suits you, whatever you like today. Good. Well done. Really seeing how far you can push across with this stretch. Perfect. Well done. Still walking. Do take breaks if and when you need to. Good. Let's go for 2 more on each side. Great. And 2. Perfect. Okay, so when you're finished, we're going to plant our feet hip width apart, slight wiggle in the toes. We're going to keep our arms by our side and we're just going to reach and lean over to one side, back up and over to the other. Good. So we're not fussed on what your range is right now, we're just looking at what feels comfortable and feeling that stretch right up the side of your body. Good. Lovely, keeping looking forward. Perfect. Okay, so if this is feeling okay and you want to advance this a little bit, you can lift your arm overhead with you, increase that range. If that is too much, please do come back down to arms by your side. Perfect, well done. Should feel nice and stretch. Good. Let's just go for a couple more, whichever level we're at. Good. Last one. Perfect. Okay. So when you're ready, we're going to start walking up again. No rush, take your time. Good. Perfect. So the legs are going again. Again, it's your pace. Make sure you chop and change according to what you need for your class today. We're going to go in with a single arm chest fly. So I'm going to lift my right arm up in front, slight bend in the elbow, and we're just going to open and close that arm. So I'm really looking for how much range you're getting behind the body through this. You can really feel that stretch on the top of the chest. Good. Lovely. Perfect. Stay with it. Legs still going. Good. Let's go for 2 more here. Well done. Last one. Good. Let that arm drop. You can have a quick shake if you want. Left arm comes up. Again, opening and closing that single arm chest fly. Good. Feeling it right across the top of the chest. Brilliant. Well done. Good. Lovely. Stay with it. Okay, let's go for 2 more. Nice big range here. And last one. Great. Give that arm down, give it a little shake. We're going to finish off with double arms. So both arms come up. We're imagining there's an elastic band between our fingers and we open and close. Really looking at that, how wide your kind of arm span is here and how much movement you can get through your scapula, your shoulder blades, and the stretch across your chest. Beautiful. This looks great. Well done. Good. Perfect. Stay with it. Good. Lovely. Let's go for 4 more. Take your time. Good. Last 2. Perfect. Last one. Great. Arms come down. They can have a quick shake. Next one, we're going to push away and pull back. So we're really emphasizing that pushing. Okay, so really feel your shoulders kind of come over as you get to that and you pull back. Think nice and tall thoughts. Good. Belly button's pulled in. Well done. Lovely. Good. Staying here. Just a little bit longer and you get your drink break. Good. Last two. Perfect. Great. So you can give your arms a shake if you want, and we're going into the position of up and down with our shoulder press. So both arms come up above the head. Watch out for your ceiling lights. Think nice and tall thoughts. How long can you make yourself as you reach up? The legs are still going. Perfect. This looks great. Stay with it. Keep breathing. Heart rate comes up a little bit as soon as we bring our arms above our head, even if it's quite gentle. Good. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2. Good. Last one. 1. Perfect. Let the arms drop. Give them a quick shake. The next thing we've got is our last one before the drink break, is we're bringing in our light squats, okay? So the arms are going to carry on as they are. We're going to do a slight bend at the knees, squat and lift up. So you're pushing up to the ceiling when you get nice and tall. Lovely. So what I'm looking for body posture wise is a nice straight back, belly buttons pulled in, weight through the heels and into the legs. Good. Making sure your knees are not coming in, you're not going pigeon-toed. Nice straight legs. That's it. Great. Let's go for 4 more. Your pace, your workout. Good. Lovely. Last 2. Great. 1 more. Perfect. Well done. Grab yourself a drink. That's your halfway mark. You can see you've all disappeared off. Never going to rush you on a drink break. Take as long as you need through this. Good. Okay. So I think we're almost all back. Okay. So we've got the pulse raiser bit next. We're going to work that a little bit harder to elevate our heart rate. Breathe a bit harder. And then we've got a nice relaxing class today. So we're doing lots of nice stretching. So are we ready? Good work. Okay. Let's start walking again. This time, we're walking a little bit faster, okay? So we can be trying to catch the sails, trying to catch a train, I don't mind what it is, but it's a little bit faster than we were before. Good. As always, you pick your speed, you pick your effort level here. Take breaks and slow down if you need to. Good. So we're going to go in with a single arm, and what we're going to do, lift the arm straight in front and push behind. So we're looking for that pendulum motion through this. Good. Legs keep going. Lovely, well done. So just keep moving this through, opening up that range, bringing that heart rate up as the legs keep marching. Good. 4 more on this arm. Nice pendulum rock. Great. 1 more. Perfect, that arm can come down. You can give it a shake if you need. And we're going straight up with the other arm. Same pendulum movement, front and back. Good. Lovely. Nice range. Stay with it. Got a squeaky floorboard underneath me today. Great. Let's go 2 more on this arm. Lovely. Then you can have a quick shake if you need. If not, go straight in. Both arms, 1 goes forward, 1 goes back. Coordination coming in today. You'll be pleased to hear this is the only coordinated element of the class this week. Great. Good. Keep it moving. Don't forget, if you've set off too fast, you can slow down your legs. There's no shame. Good. Lovely. Let's go for 2 more on each side. Lovely, last ones. Perfect, arms come down, you can give them a shake. So we're going to shuffle over to one side of our room, ready for our side steps. So we're going to go for 2 side steps and then 2 back. If you're limited on space, please do just stay on 1 by 1, it's not a shame. Let your arms do whatever they want to do at the moment, just to get used to this lateral movement checking out the area, make sure you're not going to bump into any plants as I've got here, or cats or dogs, whatever it is today. Good. So pick a pace that's working for you through this. You don't need to zoom through this, you can slow it down as necessary. Good. Lovely. Okay, so when we hit our starting position, we're going to add in bicep curls. So every time we step, we curl the arms. Good, great. Stay with it. Breathing rate should come up a little bit now. We're working quite hard. Good. Staying with it. Watching where you're going. Lovely. Next time you hit the starting position, change this to double arm front raise. Fanning each other. Good. Well done. Still breathing. Belly button's pulled in. Working our core through these as well. Great. Keep it moving. Nice light feet leading with your toes. Good. Perfect. Okay, next time you hit your starting position, we've got our last one. Shoulder press, double arm, hands above our head. This is the hardest bit we've got of these. We're going to stay here a little bit longer. Push out this workout. Good. Well done. Keep breathing. Keep that pace to something that's comfortable for you, but we're working a little bit harder than we were before. Good. It's looking great. Lovely. Let's go for 2 more. Out and back. Your pace. Good. This is my last one. Lovely. Okay. Arms comes down. Give them a shake. Find your center position. So we're going to do just a little tiny walk just to kind of loosen up the tightness in the legs. And then we're going to gradually increase the height to get some high knees going. Good. So our pace has slowed down rapidly, but we've got more range here, so this is still tough. Good. So when you're ready, we're going to bring in that forward and back movement. So we're going to go forward, could be 2 steps, could be 4, whatever works for you, and back, 2 to 4. Great, keep it moving. Lovely, working on keeping those knees nice and high, doesn't matter how fast or slow you're going. Good. Great. Keep breathing. Watching where you're going, especially when you're going backwards. Good. Lovely. Let's go 2 more out and back. Your pace. Good. Last one out and back for me. If you beat me back, that's fine. You can just stay on the spot. If I beat you, I will wait for you. Good. So when we're finished, we're back on the spot. We're going to bring in our arms to tap over to the opposite knee. Height is still there. Good. Might be feeling some tightness in the hip flexor right at the top there. Good, just a little bit longer. Just tapping down. Lovely. Great. Lovely, very nice range, good twists going through this. Let's go for 4 more on each leg. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Bring this down to a walk. Just loosen out those hip flexors quickly before we go into the next move. We've got 1 more move, then we've got a little stretch, ready for the rest of the class. So we're almost there. Good. Okay, so hopefully that's eased off those hip flexors a bit. We're going to go back into those side steps. So tapping the toe out to the side. Good. We've got more range than we had when we did these at the beginning of the warm-up, because we are very warm now. We've done our sideways, we've done our lateral movements. We've loosened up these hips and the knees. Good. Stay with this for now. Lovely. Keep breathing. Well done. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to bring in the same arm to same leg. Half stars. Perfect. So you can keep your arm low or you can keep the arm high, whatever suits you. I don't mind if you're staying right down here. Find what works for you today and how your back's feeling today. We know it's so variable each time. You want to make sure it's working for you. Good, very nice. Staying with these fast or slow as you want today. Good. Lovely. Just a few more. Well done. Nice. Let's go for 4 more on each side. Lovely. Almost there. Good. Last ones. Perfect. Back down to a walk. Well done. So we're going to gradually start slowing down our walk until it matches our warm-up pace. Okay, so just slowly lowering that down. Feeling the heart rate start to come down. Our breathing rate start to calm down. Good. Well done. Okay, so we're still slowing down. Nice and gentle walk. Good. So when we're ready, we're going to go into those heel dips again. This time we're slowing this right down, really emphasizing the flexion at the ankle there. How high can you get your toes? Good. Slow this down, stretch it out. Lovely. Well done. Still breathing. Settling back down, ready for the second half of the class. The nice relaxing part. Good. Let's go for 2 more here. Lovely. Then we're going to change this to tap backs, but this time we're going to emphasize trying to aim for our heel to reach the floor. Okay, so it might not actually reach the floor, but it's that intent and that pushing down of the heel, so we get that stretch down the back of the calf especially, but also the back of the hamstring. So slow these right down, really enjoy the stretch. Good. Well done. Could be quite tight if you've been sitting most of the day and I've only made you jump around your living room. Good, let's go a few more. For 3, 2, 1. Perfect. That's it, guys. Grab yourself a drink. Let me grab my notes for the new class because I need to remember what I'm doing. Good. Lovely. So I'm going to grab my drink as well. Lovely. Okay. So as I said, this part of the session is going to be much more kind of yoga-y focused, much more stretchy. It's going to feel nice. I figured we deserved a little break after working so hard for so long. So we've got a nice kind of wind down month ready for next month where we'll crack it back up again. So we're going to do some openers first. We'll then move into some roll downs. We've got some modified sun salutations. And then we'll be on the floor doing some nice gentle stretches that's really going to target our lower back. Okay. So when you're ready, we're going to start off just by some nice openers. So light bend in the knees, just going to open up, hands up towards the sky and close. You remember these from the first week. Lovely. Nice deep breaths as you go through these. They feel nice. You can bend your knees as much as you want if you really want to increase this range. You can keep them nice and high, whatever suits you today. Beautiful. Nice and tall when we hit the top. Great. Let's go for 4 more. Your pace. Really enjoy that stretch when you hit the top. Lovely. Last 2. Good. Perfect. Okay, when you hit the top, bring those arms back down. Good. So we've got some roll downs. We're not going to go all the way to the floor. We're just going to be rolling and coming back up, okay? So we have, again, slight bend in the knees, chin onto the chest, hands in front of the legs, and we're just going to curl ourselves down, running our hands down the front of our legs. We're just going to go as low as is comfortable, and then bring yourself back up. So we're really focusing on kind of rolling up and down through these movements. Good. And just keep this going, one to the other. So when we're rolling, we're trying to notice how much movement we've got through our back. We're trying to focus on that segmental approach and see what range we can get. So just keep it going. Your pace, find what works for you. This shouldn't be rushed. It should be nice and gentle. Pulling in that belly button. Good. We're going to go for 2 more at your own pace. Just let it hang a bit when you hit the bottom, maybe for half a second. And that bottom could be anywhere. You could be stopping halfway down your knees, could be halfway down your thighs. It really doesn't matter. Whatever feels comfortable. Good. Lovely. Okay. Good. So when we're all at the top, we've got a modified sun salutation. Okay, so it's something you may have come across before if you've done much yoga. I've made it quite gentle and we'll chop and change to see what works for you, okay guys? So we're going to start this. I think I'm going to stay sideways on. I'm going to start it with that opener from before. So we're going to bend the knees, come up to the sky. Good. Then we're going to lower the arms. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to kind of swan dive down, okay? So just let yourself roll and drop, however feels comfortable. Good. Then bend your knees even more so your hands can touch the floor. And we're just going to walk ourselves out, just a few hand steps, and then push our bottoms back and our heels back into a downward dog, okay? So I don't mind what range you've got here, just a little bit. Just hold it for a few seconds. Good. Then what we're going to do is bend the knees again, and we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. Good, so we're kind of crouched over. Lovely. And then we're going to roll ourselves up nice and gently all the way back up. Good. Perfect. So take your time on this. See how your range is going and we'll work with it, okay? So again, we're going to start with the openers coming up. Nice big stretch, feel nice and tall. Good. We're then going to slight bend in the knees. We're going to swan dive down. So arms come down, we roll down to a nice hanging at the bottom. Good. Bending at the knees, we're going to walk our hands out just 2 or 3 steps and push our hips back. Good. Downward dog. Lovely. Just hold it there for a breath. Well done. Don't worry if your heels aren't on the floor. We're not worried about that. Then when you're ready, you're going to bend the knees, walk your hands back towards your feet. Have as much bend as you need here. And then slowly, slowly roll yourself back up. If this is new, this might seem a bit coordinated, but this is the only bit, I promise. So again, let's go again. Opening up, nice and tall when you hit the top. Good. Arms come down, swan diving down, bend in the knees, let it drop. Good. Arms come out, just 3 or 4 steps, and then push the heels back and your bottom back. Good. Downward dog. Lovely. Hold it there just for a breath or 2. And then when we're ready, we'll bend the knees and walk our hands back towards our feet. Good. And then from there, just rolling ourselves up nice and slow. Perfect. We're going to do 2 more, then we're going to move on, okay? Hopefully it's coming together a bit more now for you all. So when you're ready, openers, bending up towards the sky, hands up, lovely. Then we're going to bend the knees, swan dive down, let ourselves hang at the bottom. Beautiful. Okay. 3 or 4 steps forward, and then pushing the hips and the heels back. Downward dog. This looks great. Lovely. Hold it here just for a breath or 2. And then when you're ready, a bit more of a bend in the knees, walk your hands back towards your feet. Good. And then slowly, slowly roll it back up. Lovely. We're going to go for 1 more, last one. Again, we're going to openers, opening the arms up, facing towards the ceiling. Lovely, nice big stretch. Good. Arms come down, bend in the knees, swan dive. Lovely, well done. Okay, then we're going to walk forward, just 3 or 4 steps. Heels go back, bottom goes back, downward dog. Well done. Hold it here, just for a breath or 2. Lovely. Okay, so instead of going back up now, what we're going to do is bend our knees and let them drop to the floor. Good, that's it. So you should be on 4 points. Perfect, yeah. So I'm then going to get us to swizzle ourselves around, so however which way you need to. You can reposition your cameras accordingly. I'm just going to do that now. So everybody rejig so you can see me on the floor. Good. Oh, now my camera's frozen. Give me 2 seconds. Lovely. Okay, perfect. So we're twizzling ourselves around so that we are sitting on our bottoms. We've got a bend in the knees and we can hold on to either the front of our legs or the back of our legs, whatever feels comfortable, back at the hamstrings if necessary. And we're just going to hold it here just for a few breaths, okay? Good. So hopefully you coordinated yourself through those little adapted sun salutations there. I think they feel really nice sometimes. You can really get into a bit of a flow with them and enjoy them as part of a class, I think. Good. So we're just holding it here for a few breaths, just breathing. seeing how kind of everything's feeling now we've stopped moving and we've sat down for the first time during the class. If anything's niggling or if we're all feeling hopefully nice and loose and ready to go. Okay, so what I want us to do is we're just going to kind of roll ourselves forward. You can hug the back of the legs if that feels comfortable. Let your chin drop and just have a little hug here. Good. So don't worry if you're quite high up, maybe you're really flexible, it doesn't really matter. Just something that feels nice, just sort of hugging our legs a bit here. Feeling good. Lovely, so we're just sitting down, hugging the legs. Good. Well done. Few breaths here. Good. Okay, so gradually bring yourself out of that little hug and then keeping our arms holding onto our legs. Okay, so that could be the back of the hamstrings, could be the front, it could be the top of the knees. Find what feels comfortable for you. And I want us to roll our shoulders back and we're just going to lean back just a little. Okay, so I'm only making you lean back maybe kind of like, as you can see, it's kind of like a couple percent. So it's not massively far. I just want you to pull in that belly button and just see how it's feeling here, making sure those shoulders are rolled back. Good. If this becomes too much, do sit further up, no problem there. Good. We're just feeling out how our back is feeling today. Good. Deep breaths. Feels a little bit harder than before when we were kind of arched over. We're now relaxing in this position. Lovely. So it'd be a nice and chilled out one today. Okay, so what we're going to do now is bring our arms around and behind us. So you can I would prefer to have my fingertips facing inwards, but see how your range is feeling today. You might want them out to find what I want it to be comfortable, basically. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go from one arm to the other and just staying comfortable with here. Belly button is still pulled in. You're going to lift, I'm going to go right arm first. I'm just going to tap the opposite side of the leg and then bring it back. So we're going to do a few on this arm now, just tapping and then back behind. So you've got this slight twist coming in. So when you start this, you'll be just using your arm and you'll be staying very, very still. But I want us to encourage that movement. Okay, so really look with it, bring your shoulder around. You can bend at the opposite elbow if you need to facilitate this. Good. So just bring in a nice gentle twist here, especially in the upper back actually. I can feel some tightness there for me today because I've been sitting at my desk. Good, lovely. Staying with this, we're just going to go for 4 more. Nice and slow and controlled. Good, belly button is still pulled in. Great. Lovely. This last one for me. Good, and then when I'm done, I'm just replacing that hand down on the floor, ready to lift my opposite arm. So we're going to lift around, tap, and back. So you could start off, say, just with your arms and keeping yourself nice and still. And then if it's comfortable, bring in that little bit of a twist coming round. Good. Well done. Perfect. Good. Lovely. Let's go for 4 more, nice and gentle. Good. Great. 2 more here for me. And last one. Good. So when you're done, you're going to grab the inside and just hug forward just one more time. You know it feels good. If at any point you do get uncomfortable in these positions, do kind of jump back to whatever feels good, whatever feels nice to move you around with it. Good. Okay. So we're going to put the arms back where they were behind us. Again, you can have them pointing inwards, sideways, whatever feels comfortable for you. And what we're going to do now, so I'm leaning a little bit back. I'm not fully upright, and I'm just because I'm leaning on my arms a bit here, okay? And what I'm going to do is we're going to do that check-in with our legs first, okay? So you're going to keep the heel in contact with the floor, lengthen the leg, and return the leg. That's it, and the same the other side. So we're going to do this shortly again when we're lying on the floor to really check in. But I thought it'd be quite nice to see how our back feels with this movement in a different position. So right now, we're not fully extended. So this should be a slightly easier on the legs. And it's a good way, again, of just checking in with how the back is feeling today.
Good. Lovely. You can see we've got some mixed how the back's feeling today. Not so good in some places, some good in some others. We're working through it. Good. Let's go for 2 more on each leg. Next moves, we are lying down, so we're almost there. Good. 1 more. Great. Lovely. So you can bring your arms back in, have a little hug. Well done. Okay. So the next thing is we're going to be lying ourselves down and we're going to carry on that movement with our legs. So you might just shuffle forward to make sure you've got space. I know I do. And then we're just going to lie yourselves down, gently roll yourselves down, however is comfortable. So your feet are down, your hips are down, your knees are down on the floor. Good. So we know when we're lying on the floor especially, we really need to be careful of our positioning with our lower back and our core. So we're going to pull in the belly button constantly. So we're kind of working on really embracing that core and focus on making sure our lumbar spine, so our lower back is imprinted down as well. So we may need to tilt our pelvis to get that. Good. So we're going to go back in with our single leg extensions, back with a familiar move we know here, and just checking in with how everything is feeling. So you're just going to start with one leg, heel in contact with the floor, lengthen and return. So take your time on these, see how everything's feeling. So how is your back feeling now? We're in this different position. So we're now nice and long. We've got that stretch through the back and we're just stretching and returning. Good. Nice. So stay with this here. See how everything's moving through your hips. Lovely. Good. Lovely. Very nice. Good. Let's go for 2 more on each leg. Perfect. Good. Okay. Lovely. We've got another one we know is our favourite to check in with our back. I'm just going to move this plant over a tiny bit. And that's our double arm extension. So we're going to leave both arms on the floor near our hips to start off with, pulling that belly button in. Then we're going to lift both arms up towards our ears and then we're going to return. So we've got nice kind of flowing movement through here. Good. Noticing how our back wants to arch as soon as we got our arms come above our shoulders and how much harder we're having to work on keeping our spine in contact with the floor. Good. Well done. Still breathing. Lovely. Good. Great. Let's go for 2 more. If this is too much at any point, please do lower the range. Don't have to go all the way to your ears. Great. And then arms come back down. Good. So we've got an old favourite coming back now. We've got our hip circles. So it's been a while. So you're going to keep one leg down at all times. Hips are going to stay down. Shoulders are going to stay down. Back is staying down. I'm going to start with my right leg and we're just going to lift our leg straight up in top. It might not be super straight. I know mine isn't. Good. And we're going to start off doing little tiny circles. Okay, it's like a ping pong ball. And really focusing on pulling that belly button in. Good. Carry on with those little circles. So this will start to burn in the hip, especially on this working leg. And it might burn a bit sooner or later depending how tight you are there. Good. So if we're comfortable with these little circles, we can make these circles a little bit bigger. Maybe we're going to a tennis ball size. Good. Don't feel that you have to keep increasing the circle. See what works and find your limit and work within that. If we're still okay, we could be a cricket ball. Good. Really focusing on circling the whole hip and not the ankle. Lovely. Still okay, maybe let's go to nearer a football. It's the biggest we're going to go today. Great, that looks good. So we're going to go a few more circles and then we're going to repeat this in the opposite direction. So last 2 and then turn the other way. So you're going to have one side that goes better than the other. You might find you get sticking points and that's okay. Just find what works for you. Good. My hip's burning, so some of yours might be. We're going to go for 4 more circles. Don't whiz them round. 3, 4. Good. Bring the leg in. Give it a little hug. Feels nice. Good. You know we're going to repeat that on the other side, and we've all started with the dominant leg. So, so when you're ready, replace that leg back down. Opposite leg comes up. That's the left leg for me. I'm going to start off with little tiny circles. Good. Always start small and then get larger, even if every week you're finding this is quite easy for you. You don't want to kind of drop your hip into anything major before you know you're comfortable today. If you are comfortable with your ping pong balls, make sure it's your hip circling. You can go up to tennis balls, maybe a cricket ball, maybe even a football. Just gradually increase. Find the circle size that is working for you today. Good, lovely. Keep breathing. Great. Almost there. So after 2 more, you're going to go back in the opposite direction. Again, you'll have one good way and one not so good way. We always do. Great, stay with them. Let's go for 4 more. Nice and slow and controlled. And when you're done, bring that leg in, give it a little hug. Good, well done. That's that for those. So we're going to have a few shoulder bridges now before we then move over onto our front, okay? So we're almost there with the class today. So for our shoulder bridges, make sure we've got our feet on the floor, our hips are on the floor to start, and our shoulders are down. We're going to start off with our hands on the floor with us, but if you feel comfortable with these and they're feeling good today, you can bring your arms up and bring that flow in, but see what works for you, okay? So for now, arms down, feet down and shoulders down. We're going to peel ourselves off the ground, hips towards the sky, and return it back down. Imprint your spine on the floor. So just keeping these moving up and down, really focusing on pulling the belly button and raising the hips high, okay? You want to make sure those hips are always holding you up and the glutes are squeezing so you're supporting your back. Good. Again, working on that segmental approach. How much movement can we get through the back? Can we try and move vertebrae by vertebrae? That's your challenge. Good. Let's go for 4 more, nice and slow. You can bring the arms with you if you like, and it feels good. Hips nice and high. Don't forget that. Good. Let's go in with 1 more of these. Lovely. And then when you're finished, drop your arms back down, bring your knees into your chest. Let's have a little rock. Just a little one. They always feel nice. Good. Okay, so we're going to roll ourselves over onto our front. I'm going to start off on the hands and our knees in that nice tabletop position. So get over however is comfortable for you today. Take your time. So we've got our hands are underneath our shoulders, our knees are underneath our hips, and we're going to start with cat stretch. So we're kind of carrying on that movement we've been doing with the shoulder bridge. So we're going to tuck in our pelvis, arching our back like an angry cat. Dip your chin into your chest. Good. And then repeat that so your head comes up, dip in the back, tailbone to the sky. Lovely. And just keep this moving, nice flow from one through to the other. So we're still looking for that segmental approach. These look great, well done. Deep breath as you go through these. We can have a tendency to kind of hold our breath here. Let's go for 2 more full cycles of this. Angry cats and happy cats. Good, well done. Lovely. Last one. Great. And when you're finished, you can sit back on your heels, give your wrists a little wiggle, a little shake, whatever feels comfortable. So you might want to do 2 arms together. You might want to keep them separate. See what works for you. Okay. I've got to reposition a plant again. Cool. So we're going to go back to our arm raises, leg raises, and the alternate arm and leg. So we had these back in November, and I think you will quite enjoy. Yeah, you remember them. I think you quite enjoyed them. So we're going back to that position where our knees are under our hips, hands and under our shoulders, nice strong pillars. Pulling that belly button in, really focusing on that. We're going to start off by lifting one arm just so it's level with our kind of shoulder, and lower that arm back down. So whilst we're doing this, we're really pulling that belly button in, and we're trying to stay as still as possible. So I don't want to see anyone rocking from one side to the other. Good. These are nice and slow and controlled movements. Lovely. We're almost there. Good. Let's go for 2 more, just arms. Good. Perfect. Okay. Then arms can come back down. Lovely. So make sure you've got room behind. We're now going to go with the legs. So the arms are going to stay still this time. And you're going to lift one leg out behind and return back in. So if this is too much, we have an easier level here where we just keep our foot in contact with the floor, okay? So you can go for either option. We've been doing this a while now, so I reckon we're all ready to lift that leg in the air. Good. And returning. Again, trying not to wiggle. It's harder on the legs than it was the arms. We don't want to see you rocking from side to side. Good. Belly button still pulled in. Almost there. Good. Let's go for 2 more on each leg. Lovely. Perfect. When you're finished, come back down again. You can have a wiggle on the wrists. Good. So we've got 1 more move left, and it's going to be that alternate arm and leg. Okay, so we're going to put both of those together. So back in that stable top position, you're going to lift one arm. So I'm going to go my left arm first, and you're going to lift the right leg. Good. Then you're going to lower it back down and go for the other side. So really still focusing, pulling that belly button in and trying to rock as little as possible. Yeah, you can see how much more of a challenge that is. Good. Pulling and lowering. Focusing on your breathing, that will help you stabilize, and looking at the floor just in front, about a hand's width in front of your hand, I find helps quite a lot here. Good, nice and slow. Well done. And again, don't forget, if it gets too much, you can keep that back foot in contact with the floor through the elongation. No shame. Good. Lovely. Let's go 2 more. We're almost done. Good. Lovely. And when you finish that one, just sit your heels and your bottom back to your heels, fingertips away, prayer stretch. Just lie here for a few breaths, feel comfortable. Doesn't matter how low you get, just a few breaths just here. Great. Okay, and then you can gradually bring yourself up, because that is us done. Well done. Good work.